Hey guys, it's Scott from Horse Racing Daily, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're the final weekend for Kentucky Derby prep races. The next time these horses run after this Saturday will be, Run for the Roses first Saturday in May, Kentucky Derby. So that's exciting. I hope along the way people has watched my videos on the way through, and I hope I helped y'all with handicap and help make you some money. Try to get your Derby bankroll going. But nonetheless, let's get into Bluegrass. Let's talk about it. And the big storyline for this race is Sierra Leone versus Dornoch. You got the rematch, and I'm kind of excited to see it after that finish to the Remsen because we're going to get an answer to the question out of that race. And a lot of people are going to say that, Sierra Leone was the better horse out of that race. And, Dornoch, won't win this time around. And other people said, well, when Sierra Leone came to Dornoch, chose to re engage and is a better horse. And we're going to get that question answered, excited. I'm personally going to lean on the fact that I think Sierra Leone is the better horse going forward. And I think Sierra Leone should have won that race. I think mentally, he kind of hung a little bit whenever he got the door knock. Uh, but I think Chad Brown, you got to trust him as a trainer. He came back in the Risen Star, looked really good. Went 10 wide in the upper stretch and was able to power through and win. And I don't think that was peak, effort for Sierra Leone. I think there's a step forward off of that. And I think you're going to see, probably a career high speed figure out of Sierra Leone. And that should certainly be good enough to beat this field. And, I'm excited to see, I think if Sierra Leone wins this race, that's going to establish, probably second choice in the Kentucky Derby. I would say right now, Fierce is probably the favorite. Then Sierra Leone, if he wins this race. And then I actually think Forever Young's going to wind up getting the third choice in the betting. But I'm gonna go with Sierra Leone as my top pick, and anxious to see what's going to happen going forward. The second horse I like is going to be Just a Touch, and that's horse trained by Brad Cox, and Brad Cox is no slouch when he sends horses to Keeneland either. As he got second last year with verifying, brought essential quality over. He don't bring horses to Keeneland to mess around. This horse broke his maiden at the fairgrounds, won by 4 1/4 lengths. Then they shipped him up to Aqueduct for the Grade 3 Gotham and got second to Deterministic. And Deterministic is not a bad horse to get second to. And I'm curious to see what that horse is going to do moving forward in the Wood Memorial this week. But I've been reading the clocker reports for Just a Touch, been working out at Keeneland, and everything just says this horse is trained like a freight train right now. So I fully expect to see a step forward, or some clockers are being real misleading to what they're saying to me. But nonetheless, giving Brad Cox history of success, and I don't want to do just the Sierra Leone door knock, 1-2 exact. I kind of feel like that, that's going to get broke up somewhere. And I think Just a Touch is a horse to do it. And the third horse I kind of like in this race, and I'm not so sure about the win purposes, but definitely one to complete the exotics is Good Money, trained by Chad Brown. Broke his maiden at Tampa and then came out ran the Tampa Derby. And I know this horse is on the front end of a very slow pace in the race, but I think the tactics of this horse are going to revert back more, towards his maiden win, where you're going to see him off the pace. And I think if he can get off the pace with that closing kick, that certainly got a chance to get third. And just seeing that Brown doesn't play with horses he ships to Keeneland either. I really like his chances. Trained by Calumet Farm, one of the king owners of getting long shots in there. And, for that, Good Money is going to be my third choice to, complete my trifecta, some of my superfectas. Uh, Dornoch, he had the Remsen, he won that race and, went on his little layoff where he started his 3-year-old season, came back in the Fountain of Youth, beat what wound up being a very weak field for the Fountain of Youth. They had all of them scratched in that race, just turned into a race you really didn't want no part of betting by the time it was done. But, nonetheless, I know it's the first start on the layoff, but I want to see a little bit. I want to see Dornoch, assert his dominance a little bit more to put that field away than what he did. Because I didn't think that was much running behind him. So that being said, I'm going to play against Dornoch here, but I would, if you're playing superfectas, trifectas, not leave him out of that totally. Is Dornoch can take a slight step forward off that Fountain of Youth and get back more to this Remsen effort. I think certainly can be there. And they got a couple horses that are curious, like Top Conor. Not real sure why Chad Brown sent 3 horses over here. The horse would light on speed figures. Uh, Not an ownership group that I would say, you know, at least off the top of my head, that Chad Brown and Flanagan racing is not a pairing. I think of like you think of Chad Brown, think Clairvox Stables, Peter Brent, there's things like that. So not real sure, but I'm probably going to play against this horse. But if you're looking for a long shot, you get Chad Brown on a 15-1 with Jose Ortiz. if that's for you, you can do it. BU by Todd Pletcher. I'm curious. This is another horse that intrigues me for filling out. Superfectas, trifectas, because the horse has been working forwardly in the last couple of works, and but it took him 6 tries to break his maiden, and he did appear in some Grade 1 stakes race as a 2-year-old. Albeit got fourth and third, but maybe this horse is figuring out in time to get enough points in this final race to sneak off into the Kentucky Derby. We'll see, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm personally gonna out of the win spot gonna play against BU, but wouldn't be surprised if this horse can, complete the superfecta. But that's really it when it comes to the bluegrass. That's who I like. Kind of think it's Sierra Leone's race to lose, and like I said, I feel pretty solid in my second choice, just a touch, just hearing the workout reports off that horse, and still being lightly raced. But thanks for watching, guys. Plenty more to come.